School is a place where you receive a higher education in order to get closer for you to reach your end goal. School teaches you how to think, how to calculate, how to question, and how to learn. But not all schools are equal in their achievements. Some are more athletic and some are more academically gifted than others. But what intrigues me in your argument is that because lower rated schools are more pessimistic to join competitions and are just joining the competitions for the sake of it, because they know that the powerhouse schools will always win anyways. And that you're saying that it is not important to build more educational facilities. And yet the solution is to reform the current curriculum. But your argument, when I observed and summarized it, is that you're saying that to improve the low academic achieved schools is to hire and rent a coach or for an upcoming competition. I oppose against the opinion that countries should prioritize reforming the curriculum over building a more worthy and better form of educational facilities. Educational facilities are divided into two groups: physical and non-physical. Physical educational facilities includes roads, classes, buildings, and libraries, while non-physical educational facilities include something to the likes of hiring and renting coaches for students that are going to join competitions. Yet, from the first point I'm going to confront is the statement that powerhouse schools use better coaches than other schools, and that coaches are not a type of educational facilities, but part of a standardized curriculum. From the definition of educational facilities that I have stated before, a coach is a part of an educational facility. Also, from what you have said that powerhouse schools by better coaches clearly contradicts the statement that coaches are not an educational facilities. Powerhouse schools gets more preferential treatment, and some better, more experienced coaches are not willing to teach lower rated schools. This is a clear part of discrimination and should be abolished altogether. Educational facilities are not just constricted to physical objects that you can see and touch. Plus, the better schools get more funding from sponsors than less favorite schools. Now that the first point of your argument is finished and that I have replied to it, I'm going to move on to the next point. That is, motivation is an essential part of a curriculum. From my point of view, and many others as well, motivation is not, cannot, and will not be a part of a curriculum, nor curricular reform. Motivation was never a curriculum to begin with. What motivation can a student get when the school they come from do not have good enough facilities to provide the student with? None, right? A good curriculum does not give motivation, but better and more suitable educational facilities does. Have you ever seen a poor country with good curriculums rise up to the ranks of Singapore, America, China, and the likes of Finland? The country with the best curriculum in the world, like Finland, has built modern and advanced educational facilities like no other. Having great facilities drastically heightens the efficiency of a curriculum and not the other way around. The third and fourth point from the team of the Prime Minister's argument is 3. Some competitions require adequate facilities for the best results. 4. If a curriculum is bad, then so is the educational facilities. The main argument from the team of Prime Ministers is that some of the points are contradictory to your very own argument. For example, your third argument states that if there are no adequate or no facilities at all, then some students cannot perform with their best of skills. So what you're saying is that remote areas of a country can hardly compete with more populous areas because of their circumstances and lack thereof. I could argue that every branch of a competition or championship at minimum requires the appropriate amount of facilities, like, for example, coaches, classes, or at least public libraries. The reason for powerhouse schools winning most of the academic competitions or championships is not because of the supercharged and perfect curriculum, but due to the advancements and the money used to get the most bang for your buck. State-of-the-art educational facilities. The fourth part of your argument also blames that if one of a country's curriculum is bad, then the same works for their facilities. But only the opposite is true, because if an educational facility is inadequate than the curriculum, then the curriculum should be to blame, and the Ministry of Education as well. Prioritizing on building better facilities should be the first part of developing a better curriculum. Since building an even amount of educational facilities around the country will make better results in increasing the chances of other schools, like lower rate schools, to compete with other powerhouses. What I have concluded that the argument that you are trying to give is that prioritizing curricular reforms is better than building more or refurbishing already existing facilities. But thinking realistically, there has been no proof whatsoever. First world countries are more advanced by utilizing their technology rather than a curriculum. And that the argument that you have given me from the video is that you keep repeating the same arguments over and over again, which does not give me proper evidence to contradict you with and to reply you with. What evidence am I going to use against you if the video that you are trying to give me is that you keep repeating the same amounts that lower rate schools are pessimistic against other powerhouse schools, so that they do not want to join competitions because they already know that the powerhouse schools already have better facilities and they utilize more state-of-the-art educational facilities better than the usual lower rate schools. That is the conclusion that I am going to give. Thank you.